Hey folks, it's Kat.Beanie and welcome back to our long-term survival episode. So as I said in the last episode, I'm just going to plant some more nether wart. If you caught the end of the last episode, I was placing down the soul sand and being pleasantly surprised by the sound. The like and subscribe rainbow will be coming up on your screen right about now, so please remember to do so if you haven't before, hit the notification bell, yada yada yada. I do put out a long video, well, I say long, about 20-minute video every other day, and the short 15-second videos are whenever I can manage, to be honest. I don't know why some, obviously it's probably due to timing and the YouTube algorithm and how many people are interested in certain subjects, but I just still don't understand why some videos hit and other videos just flop. It boggles the mind. But anyway, it is what it is. So as long as you're here, how are you doing? Let me know down in the comments. Also, I may be putting up something for a Q&A, so if you have any questions, if it's something you would like to see me do regularly, please feel free to let your opinions be known on the subject. Last night I was watching this Encanto thing on Disney Plus with the smallest offspring. It was the Encanto at the Hollywood Bowl, and obviously I'm Scottish. I've never been to the US. It still surprises me that they have big outdoor venues in places, considering I am from somewhere with lots of rain. So currently today we are making the mangrove tree house, and it's not really a tree house per se, it's more like a tree path. It's just going to go from tree to tree to tree, and I just like it to be open and airy and be able to look down at the mobs on the bottom and go, hey, how's it going? Splurge my crazy all over the place and see how they get on with it. But yeah, I was watching this Encanto thing, and it's the music and stuff was done by, let me see if I can get his name right here. His last name is Miranda, which I find quite interesting. That obviously a sort of common typical first name here could be, but I find names quite fascinating anyway. But again, I named my youngest child after a Lord of the Rings movie, and named my middle child after an actor, so who am I to judge? But yeah, it's the guy that did Hamilton. Not only did the music and stuff for that as well, and I didn't know, when I watched Hamilton, obviously I thought, oh, this guy's kind of good. I don't know if the term actor is accurate, more of a performer if you're in the theatre. I wouldn't know what the right term to use, or if calling them a performer as opposed to an actor is offensive, or what the who has. But anyway, the guy did a smashing performance in Hamilton. If you've not seen it, I would recommend it. It's a fun, interesting way to learn about American history, obviously coming from someone that has no idea about American history apart from the fact that they won and the English lost. But anyway, moving swiftly on. Well done, guys, well done. we're trying to get out too. No, that's political jokes aside. Yeah, really good. It's not a movie, is it? It's really good performance, and obviously he is the main performer, so I didn't have any idea that he was so involved with the actual developing of like the songs and all that sort of thing. I just thought that he was another performer. So when I found out that he was actually a main contributor behind like the whole of Encanto, which, you know, was done entirely in lockdown, like it just made me admire the guy a whole lot more, to have that amount of like skill and dedication and adaptability as well, to go from, you know, on stage performances to creating a Disney movie. You know, it's, oh, that was, I thought it was quartz, it's actually concrete powder. Anyway, but yeah, like I don't know if anyone else does this, but like when I see someone with like a really good, interesting, well, not so much interesting, but like who's really talented in one specific area, like on one hand I'm like, oh, I'd love to be able to do that. Not really, that's not like, I would like to have the skills that some other people have, not specifically him, but I do have a great admiration for people that have obviously put a lot of time and effort and energy and passion into what they're doing, and, you know, have come out the other end with the respect and accreditation. Nope. But, you know, with the acknowledgement that they deserve. And I do find like it makes me wonder like how certain people, you know, how much time and effort they have spent in their life to get to that point of, you know, where they have the ability to do that, and what sort of connections they have had to develop. My son's watching me recording this. Yeah, Alex. And what sort of right, later, buddy. And what sort of, you know, connections they have had to develop, and what sort of things have had to happen in their life, and just generally the whole story. Like I do find myself as a person that is like, I like reality TV to an extent. Like I don't like shows like you know, let's get like 20 odd women together and try and date a millionaire. I don't like that sort of thing. Like, I'm not having a go at anyone that does. Like, obviously everybody has their preferences. I like period dramas and, you know, playing Minecraft, and other people, like my husband, might like horror movies and playing Call of Duty. Each to their own, you know. I judge not. I don't know if you guys can hear my son in the background, but he's sitting on my husband's chair with his Switch, currently playing Minecraft while I'm recording this, because he saw Minecraft on my laptop and came in to join the conversation. You having fun there, buddy? Yeah. He's sort of looking at me like, why are you talking to me with your headset on? You strange person. But yeah, let me know in the comments if there's anyone's profession or skill set or think anything like that that you particularly admire, that you think like completely deserves the, you know, the amount of, I can't remember that word, accreditation, anyway, like deserves the acknowledgement and stuff that they get from having done what they've done. Like, obviously it can be a celebrity, it can be a musician, an artist, a YouTuber, you know, no, not me. But anyway, or even just like a skill that you would like to have, that is achievable for you. Like, I'm not talking about like, you know, becoming an astronaut when you're, you know, completely don't have the professional qualifications and or temperament and physical ability to do so. Like, so nothing outlandish, but something that you could achieve, whether it be by like going back to school or just putting the effort in to learn, something that you would like to be able to know how to do, but haven't quite figured it out yet. Like, I am still working on Photoshop. I was really happy with myself because I was doing a job before Christmas. I was shooting some Christmas photos of some kids that the parents wanted to as a gift. So I was doing that, and I managed to make a composite photo of the children with a very Christmassy backdrop. And I'd never made a composite photo before, so it was my first time ever doing that, and I was really, I mean, it wasn't, you know, fantastic, it wasn't like my best work ever, but it was the first time I'd ever done something like that, so I was very proud of how it came out, and the customer was very happy with it as well. I actually got a thank you message from them a little while later after they saw it, so I was like quite chuffed with myself, as you can imagine. So also let me know if there's like something like that you are currently working on to develop, and you know, how far along are you? Have you managed to you know, get any better at it, or are you feeling a little bit defeated at the moment and feel like you want to give up? And you know, what's the situation, what's going on? Just let me know, and you know, we'll have a talk about it and just see, because like, I do like, when I was a kid, there was something I was really invested in doing. I was told by my teachers that I was very good at it, that I should pursue it, but I got absolutely no support at home, to the point that I was being told that I was absolutely terrible at it and should give up. Now, I was being told from a professional that I was really good, I was right where I was meant to be, educational wise, and all that sort of stuff. My son is just talking about McDonald's in the background. You get McDonald's on a Friday, buddy? So, you know, at school I was getting all this positive feedback, but because I was getting all this negative feedback at home, I just gave up, and I wish I hadn't. But like, when you're young and you're not getting any positive support, it's like, even as an adult, if you're passionate about something, or you know that you really want to pursue something or do something, or you know, and you get absolutely no support from like your like from your family or your friends or stuff like that, it's really like heartbreaking and defeating, and like makes you want to give up. And a lot of people do, because they don't have the willpower to continue. Now, the only reason I am as resilient as I am is because, like I've talked about this before, my biological father is an alcoholic. Now, he says he's aware of that. Well, what he says now is irrelevant because I've not talked to the guy in almost 9 years. So, itchy ear. But the one thing that I did get from, like, I wasn't raised by him. I went to live with him when I was about 13. So the one thing I did get from being around him at that sort of prevalent age, when he was, you know, his sort of mood would go from happy and turn like just like that with, you know, the drink and everything else. And just his attitude in general could turn very, very fast, and like you never knew how you should respond or how you should react to something because it could, you know, trigger his mood. But the one thing that I got from that is not to give an F about any negative or derogatory opinions, and to essentially stand up for myself and what I believe is right. So, like, a lot of people look at their life and wish that this hadn't happened or that hadn't happened and that hadn't happened, and there's a lot of things in my life sort of in that sort of bandwidth of, right, I wish it hadn't happened, but then again, if things hadn't happened the way they had in my life, I wouldn't have what I have now with my husband and my kids, and, you know, met all the amazing people that I have, like, online and in real life and that sort of thing. So I'm not saying that you should be happy about the obviously negative situations that happen in your life, but I don't like dwelling on that sort of stuff either. I'm just sort of like to get on with things, because at the end of the day, everything is a learning experience. I mean, it might not be a positive learning experience, but it's a learning experience, and you'll either come away with, like, having a new positive skill, or, you know, something you have to work on, or like myself, having been subjected to that negative experience, having a sense of resilience towards, you know, certain situations, people, mindsets, comments, the ignorant in general, especially when it comes to, you know, my autistic children, and having comments from people before, like saying, oh, they're just naughty, or, oh, why don't you just, like, let them go hungry and then they'll eat whatever you put down in front of them, or, you know, that sort of stuff. It's just like, no, that's not the way it works, my friends. But anyway, like, when I come up, like, not always, because obviously I'm a human being, but if I come up against someone that is being derogatory to myself, like, there was this comment on Twitter the other day, and I'd made a comment and someone had turned around and said, essentially, oh, they weren't talking about this, they were talking about that. I'm like, I am aware, but thanks. And, like, some people are just, like, looking to pick a fight, and it's just like, do not engage. Do not engage. Just chopping down a mangrove tree. Whee! Super fast. My daughter's like 3 here now and she's like looking at me weird. A time lapse, that bit went really quick. I've got 2 out of 3 kids in here with me, and that's because the youngest went down to bed really, really early because she decided to stay up very late last night for the new year. And when I mean she decided, I mean like I went to bed at a reasonable time and then she woke her ass up and decided to stay up for a very unreasonable amount of time. But I get a lie-in tomorrow, so you know, whatever. But anyway guys, it has been fun. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, which has, I've not done the voiceover yet, but it has been recorded and I've already forgot what it was. But anyway, thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.